Hello and welcome. My name is David Mann and I'm the Artistic Director of Voce Chamber Singers. Thank you for tuning in to this virtual choir performance. During the live stream, we will be sharing 4 new virtual choir videos, special content from our friends at Live It Learn It, as well as a few recordings from the Voce Chamber Singers archives. Although our virtual programming this season is offered for free, we hope you'll consider visiting us at voce.org to learn more about our organization and offer your financial support. This evening's program is entitled In Her Own Words. Each new piece will celebrate the work of a new female composer, poet, or historical figure. Throughout the broadcast, you will hear background information for each piece from members of Voce, as well as a few guest speakers from Miss Lewis and Miss Bauer's class at Harriet Tubman Elementary School. These student contributions were made possible by our partner for tonight's performance. Live It Learn It is a non-profit organization that focuses on providing immersive learning experiences for the next generation. Later on, you will have a chance to learn more about this organization and how they are helping children in our nation's capital to celebrate Women's History Month. Thank you for watching and enjoy the performance.
The composer Undine Smith Moore spent most of her life in Virginia. She grew up in Petersburg as the granddaughter of enslaved people and went on to attend Fisk University and Juilliard. She eventually returned to Petersburg as faculty of Virginia State University.
The composer Undine Smith Moore spent most of her life in Virginia. She grew up in Petersburg as the granddaughter of slaves and went on to attend Fisk University and Juilliard. She eventually returned to Petersburg on the faculty of Virginia State University. Enjoy our performance of We Shall Walk Through the Valley.
Remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors, wrote Abigail Adams to her husband John Adams, urging him and the other members of the Continental Congress not to forget about the nation's women when fighting for America's independence from Great Britain. Adams was raising her 4 young children and managing the family farm in Braintree, Massachusetts by herself. The area was being ravaged by a smallpox epidemic, and the British Army was only 12 miles away when she wrote about the need to secure greater protection for women under the new laws. According to composer Carol Barnett, this text said to me that it didn't want to be set in a 20th century style, so instead I went back to the sound of the music that would have been heard at the time the letter was written. Enjoy the performance.
Hello, my name is Michelle Edwards, and I am the Executive Director at Live It, Learn It. We are excited to partner with the Voce Chamber Singers to celebrate Women's History Month. First, I'd like to give a shout out to the amazing, diverse group of women who work at Live It, Learn It. Yes, We are a staff of all women. Innovative and courageous women are at the core of the Live It Learn It curricula. Live It Learn It ensures that students learn her story as well as history. With Live It Learn It, students experience museums, art galleries, and or boat rides down the Anacostia River, whether it's in person or virtual. Our talented group of experienced and educated women create and deliver units that feature the voices and achievements of influential women in the arts and sciences. Through the eyes of British-Iraqi architect Zaha Hadid, students explore the National Building Museum and learn how blades of grass might inspire the design of a skyscraper and use nature to inspire building designs of their own. Students explore Frederick and Anna Murray Douglas's home, Cedar Hill, and learned that Anna was a major contributor to the Underground Railroad. Though often overshadowed by her better-known husband, she was central to the abolitionist movement. When learning about the detrimental effects of plastic pollution in our oceans, students engage with the advocacy work of Dr. Ayanna Johnson, a Black woman, and learn how they can use their unique talents to make a difference in the world. Yes, women rock and are impacting the entire world, every sphere. We hope that since you've heard a little bit about Live It, Learn It, that you will go to our website and learn more. And we hope to hear from you soon. Have a wonderful Women's History Month.
Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, and she wasn't scared of nothing neither.
Didn't come in this world to be no slave, and wasn't going to stay one either.
Farewell, she sang to her friends one night. She was mighty sad to leave them.
Well, she ran away that dark, hot night, ran looking for her freedom.
She ran to the woods, and she ran through the woods, with the slave catchers right behind her, and she kept on going till she got to the north, where those mean men couldn't find her.
19 times she went back south to get 300 others.
She ran for her freedom 19 times to save black sisters and brothers.
Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, and she wasn't scared of nothing neither.
Didn't come in this world to be no slave, and didn't stay one neither.
Harriet Tubman is best known for her work as an abolitionist and for her extraordinary courage on the Underground Railroad, guiding people who were living in slavery to freedom. Less well known is her role later in life in the fight for women's suffrage. Tubman regarded her work on the Underground Railroad, as well as the sacrifices of countless other women in those struggles, to be irrefutable evidence of the equality of women.
American composer Rollo Dilworth composed this rousing celebration of Harriet Tubman's life. Enjoy the performance.
Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, no 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 Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, oh no Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, oh no Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, oh no. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, wasn't scared of nothing either, didn't come in this world to be no slave, and wasn't going to stay one either. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, wasn't scared of nothing either, didn't come in this world to be no slave, wasn't going to stay one either. Oh, farewell, she sang to her friends one night. She was mighty sad to leave them, but she ran away on that dark hot night, ran looking for her freedom. If I got my ticket, can I ride? If I got my ticket, can I ride? Oh, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Right away up to heaven in the morning. She ran through the woods, and she ran through the woods, with the slave catchers right behind her. And she kept on going till she got to the north, where those mean men couldn't find her. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff, wasn't scared of nothing either. Didn't come in this world to be no slave, and wasn't going to stay one either. Oh, 19 times she went back south to get 300 others. She ran for freedom 19 times to save black sisters and brothers. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff. Harriet Tubman didn't take no Moses. Harriet Tubman didn't take no Moses. If I got my ticket, Moses. If I got my ticket, Moses. If I got my ticket, Moses. Didn't come in this world to be no slave, and wasn't going to stay one either, and wasn't going to stay one either, and wasn't going to stay one either. Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us for In Her Own Words, our first virtual Voce concert of 2021. My name is Kristen Abbott. I'm president of the Voce Board of Directors, and I'd like to welcome you. As we get things started, I'd like to say thank you to a few people who have made this an incredible season. First, to our patrons. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for your kind gifts. It's given us a great season. Thank you to the singers. It's been tough. Recording when you've got loud children, when you've got barking dogs, and all things going on around you. Thank you for your perseverance and multiple takes to give us a wonderful, wonderful virtual Voce experience. Thank you to the Virginia Commission for the Arts and to ArtsFairfax for your generous grant monies. Without them, we wouldn't have had such a successful season. And finally, I'd like to thank David Mann, our artistic director, and Parev Arslan-Batar, our amazing video producer. Without all of their tireless work behind the scenes, we would not have had such a successful season. We look forward to meeting you again in person very soon. And until then, sit back and enjoy the concert. Thank you.
Being a part of Virtual Voce has been really special for me. I'm a new mom, and it's been a really weird time to be a new mom during quarantine. And so just having something that's just for me and that's tapping into a part of myself that I haven't really used in a while, meeting with all these singers and sharing our videos, it's been really special and a really, really big comfort to me.
Yeah, now you can't lie about it.
We had a diverse range of ages, so that very much helped.
Tony, we got 9. So we
Are you sure?
6, right? Or they're 15. Give us a little credit here.
I got 7 out of 15, yes.
There's a large variety in the setup that we use. Some of us are using our phones, some of us are using laptops, some of us are using just different constructs altogether, right? But it's about making it work, and as long as we make it work, then we make it stick. And I think that's one of the things that we found in common.
And it's just so amazing to me, like how all these individual recordings put together sounds like you're actually listening to a choir. Anyways, so it's slow going, but I think the end result will be really nice.
This is a good parking garage song.
Clara Wieck Schumann was a renowned concert pianist who contributed to the musical tastes of her day. She was one of the first performers to routinely present her recitals completely from memory. Clara was the breadwinner for her family and managed both her own career and her husband's, the famous composer Robert Schumann.
After having a total of 8 children, she moved away from her passion for composing music, but continued her piano performance career for many years. The text from this piece comes from Emanuel Gleibel's poem that reflects on the beauty of an Ave Maria sung from the towers of Venice. Enjoy the performance.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to presenting you with more programming this spring. Stay tuned for audio selections from the Voce Performance Archives. You can also visit our YouTube or Facebook page for more free virtual choir videos. Thank you especially to the viewers who have donated to our organization during this free broadcast. Without the revenue of ticket sales or traditional fundraising, we are relying on your donations now more than ever. Please consider giving something to sustain our organization for the future. No amount is too small to make a difference. Keep an eye on our Facebook page as well as the voce.org website for more information about upcoming programs, including a world premiere of Karen Thomas's new work, Alchemy, for piano and choir. You can help us by liking and sharing this video with your loved ones. Please also follow our page so we can stay in touch as we continue to spread the joy of choral music. If you'd like to learn more about Live It Learn It, or how you can support their work, visit liveitlearnit.org. Thank you to singer and video editor Parev for offering his expertise to Voce as we endeavor to continue making music during a global pandemic. Thanks to our accompanist CJ Capon, as well as the singers, board members, and volunteers who worked together to make this presentation possible. Finally, thank you for joining us for this virtual choir broadcast. Happy Women's History Month, and we'll see you next time.